concrete example of what we were talking about in there. This is a notice of proposed land use action. Master use project 3022052. This is what's going on in cities across America. And is probably symptomatic of a lot of corporatism at work on private properties, mid to smaller sized private businesses. Some people would say it's a good thing. Some people might say that it's a precursor to some things unpleasant. Some of the optimism to seeing a high-rise, maybe a low-rise, any kind of a rise coming up where right now you see little more than weeds or random plants growing, and a wooden sign talks about plants for the future. I, for one, feel a little less optimistic about this than some would. Perhaps Samantha, right now doing the camera, might have a bit of a commentary of this on her own. Yes, Samantha?
Well, the issue of this is because of the size of this building, and taxes are done off of occupancy and square footage in Seattle. But the building that was here before, you can clearly see that there was a building here before, was more than likely an old brick structure that had a limited square footage. Now they're going to be putting something in that has 7 times the square footage, which increases the tax revenue from this property to the city. However, whoever had this land has now been ousted. What was here before? I don't know. We'd have to look into that. But I bet you that this was some kind of small business that would no longer be able to afford the taxes in this area. It's a shame that you see small neighborhoods coming down to this kind of thing. Slowly, you will have nothing but high rises in the building. You can look across the street as an example of a residence inn, which isn't even true housing, but long-term hotel stays.
Yes. To make people keep on paying money more and more and more without really owning anything and owing quite a bit. Well, sometimes more than they planned for.
And it's not even that they would, it's not even long-term as in, it's more a long-term hotel than an apartment complex. If it was an apartment complex, those people would be something that would stay in the community for months, maybe a year, 2 years. But this kind of thing, you're having people come and go at 30-day increments or whatever, which creates a very loose fabric for your community. How does anyone integrate into a community in 30 days or less? And what will happen to small communities like this if this continues to happen?
Yeah, something to think about, and one of the reasons why I was a little less optimistic than one might assume about something going up in this now vacant lot. Stay tuned, we'll have more to follow.
Bing.
So, here we are at last at Hankins Hardware, Little Claus True Value. This is the place where we're going to get
the hammer, man. HouseofPavel. When I down to come and rescue Juanita.
No, but seriously, this is something seems like it's a mom and pop type operation, but it's really fun. True Value, yes? This is why we're talking about the disappearance of original ownership of hardware stores. And this is actually prior to this neighborhood undergoing the corporate gentrification that we've mentioned, and some of the beautiful architecture that is now under threat several blocks down, and blocks before that had already been leveled, destroyed. Let's take a look over here. Make some comments about the power tools, Samantha. Come on.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm a good spokesperson for power tools, but what I can say is that this is clearly representative of small businesses being replaced by corporate enterprise instead of our sole proprietorship owning and operating in the neighborhood that they live in and work in and are part of. Now we have a corporation. True Value. It's really a good value. What do you think? Do you think it's really a good value?
Well, that depends if you're talking about material value or intrinsic value. It's not just a matter of being philosophical, but do you actually care where you do business? I mean, is it an end justifies the means that you can get your Black & Decker from somebody who lives in your community or from a corporation that takes money out of it and ultimately undercuts its very foundation, but yet gives you the illusion of what's convenience for the time being? Well, that's something you, dear viewer, have to decide for yourself. by yourself. Make a dent or pay the rent. Be yourself or build a shelf. What's it really all about? Soon you're gonna find out.
And there you go. What happened to the real
Hardware store.